If you have or are beginning to feel like you have a cold or the flu or you're coming down with something, now this is not medical advice, it is what I would call folk wisdom and from holistic traditions that have survived and thrived for thousands of years. Hello, my beauties. Welcome. It's Viv here. And Happy New Year. As I'm filming this, it's just at the start of the year, but this video is relevant at any other time, though especially in the winter season, okay? So stay with me. So my channel is about spirituality. I talk a lot about the divine feminine and how to bring divine feminine practices and spirituality into our lives, chakras, energy healing through the subtle energy body, meditation, and holistic lifestyle practices. So today is going to be holistic lifestyle practices. Let me know specifically what helps you, what's new to you, or whether it's all putting it together. So I'm going to put a whole series of things together. If you have or are beginning to feel like you have a cold, so there's not going to be any herbal or drug advice or like medication advice in this video. Do see your doctor. If you are having a cold or flu, get it checked, find out what it is. And this is supplemental information that can be very helpful in feeling better faster. But again, you need to check and see what it is you have, right? Is it just a simple cold, the flu? Like, what is it? So definitely get that checked by a physician first. Going ahead with that in mind, these are also things that have worked for me, things that I've studied and seen work for others and for myself. So the best is to stay healthy. The best thing is to stay healthy, okay? Meaning prevention. Now, for many people, what I have noticed in this line of work is that for many people, that is the hard part, staying healthy. That's ideal, though, is just to not get sick in the first place. Then the next thing, which is what we want to do here, is to catch something early. As I see in my notes, I actually left this out. This is, again, where mindfulness comes in, where if you have a meditation practice, you're tuned into your body and you can be aware of things earlier that's going on in your physical body, okay? But again, if you are, you've had a lot of trauma and you're sort of detached or like almost literally out of your body, this stage is what you're going to miss. So again, I always say to you, start with mindfulness meditation, basic meditation.
Ideally, do all three things that I'm going to show in this video, so watch till the end.
And I am going to put timestamps on the video. So the first thing, and again, many of you have heard of this, get some fresh ginger. Okay, so this is what ginger looks like. This is fresh ginger. Typically when you find it, if you find it in bulk, you can break a piece, like it would have been maybe a much bigger piece. You can break it off anywhere. It'll just snap easily. And if it was freshly broken off, you'd be able to really smell the ginger. When I was traveling recently and I got sick, because often that plane ride, especially the crossing time zones, can make one ill. And again, I'm in a foreign country. This is one of the things that I absolutely you can get in almost any country. So get some fresh ginger, and I would say have some ginger tea 3 to 4 times a day. So again, you feel you're coming down with something. You would take maybe a teaspoon, chop it up, or chop like even like this much, this little piece, chop that, slice that, and just boil it in water to make a cup of tea, or as I'm saying, 3 to 4 times a day, because it has what it does, especially holistically, what we are talking about is it warms your body up. So as many of you know, like that warming is part of your body's sort of natural way to fight anyway. So ginger has a warming, stimulating effect. It also helps your digestion, and they're more and more in the West, even though this was known in ancient systems, your digestion is key to your immunity. So ginger helps your digestion. It sort of warms your digestion, and it helps to also break up mucus and congestion. So this is especially good if you do start to feel sneezy and like phlegmy, then definitely ginger tea, as I said, 3 or 4 times a day. Taste it, see, if it's too strong for you or whatever, put some little honey in and that's fine.
If you have a dry hacking cough, then the ginger tea is not indicated for that.
Also, if you like, add turmeric. fresh powdered turmeric, really easy to get in like an ethnic shop. It's often cheaper. Or if your supermarket has an ethnic Indian section, you'll get it cheaper in bulk there. And what you want to do with the turmeric, if you even take like half a teaspoon or maybe a quarter teaspoon, put it in the pan first, toast it a little bit, and that sort of activates it a little bit. Then you can add the water and the ginger tea. So you could have turmeric, ginger. They work real well together. Probably you're getting sick because you're also under stress. So I like to add in a chamomile tea bag. So I basically make a ginger turmeric tea, right? And then add a chamomile, like add some chamomile tea. That's calming, relaxing, soothing to the body, okay? And then with your honey, you're ready to go. Very simple, very low cost, okay? So that's the first thing. If you have any medical condition that you need to not have it, like if you have a very sensitive stomach, ginger tea might be a little harsh, but for most people, it absolutely isn't, okay? Then the next thing to do, I always make a joke about this. I have a foot massage video. I'll link to it, but then I found out it was doing really well, especially out of the gate, and it was like foot fetishists were watching it. So anyway, the reasoning behind this is that the feet, if you can stimulate the energy meridians in the feet, it affects your whole body. And again, not going to do you any harm unless you have, had foot surgery, have cuts on your feet, or you're diabetic. If you know there's a reason you should not massage your feet, then obviously don't do that. You can wear like thin, clean socks, or you could just, you could have bare feet. Either one is fine. And so you don't need oil unless you want to, put an oil on your hands. But massage your feet vigorously. I would say spend at least 5 minutes on each foot. You want to press each toe, squeeze each toe, twist the toe, pull. And again, I will direct you, if I can find that old video, I'll put a link below. And basically with the soles of your feet, you want to just trace with your thumbs a line, like press in a line down the length of your foot. Like you could make 3 lines down your foot, like under your big toe, go to your heel, under your middle toe, press, 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 all the way to your heel, and under your little toe, press the foot, press the foot, press the foot. Trust me, you can't do it wrong. Again, if you have no issue with your feet, spend at least 5 minutes. This is going to stimulate your immunity. It just stimulates the energy flow in the body, okay? Trust me on that. So then what I would do is once you've done vigorously each foot, put on warm socks. Let's see. So you've got the tea, the foot massage. The third thing I would recommend, and now that's what I'm going to show you, is we're going to do acupressure. It comes from the original source of the doing shiatsu or acupressure massage.
Which is based on the acupuncture points that have been mapped throughout our bodies.
And so the meridians that I'm going to show you, we're going to work on the lung meridian because we're talking about colds and flus. And then we're going to do what's called the triple heater meridian. That has to do with balancing the three different centers in the body with our immune system. Okay, my beauties. So the first thing we're going to do is stimulate the lung meridian. And so the lung meridian, we're going to start here, like below the collarbone, down a little bit. You could go down maybe about 3 finger widths. 3 or 4 to right where there's a little indentation and right about there. And then we're going to also, it traces on the arm towards the thumb side of the arm. Let me see that. Yeah, you guys can see me. So the thumb side of the arm, there you go. You can see me all the way to the thumb. Okay. So what we're going to do is first just warm our palms together. So we're doing our practice now. This will strengthen the energy flow to the lungs to help you if you feel like you're coming down with a cold or flu. Okay, so warm your hands, rub them together, and then just hold them lightly together like this, and then separate them just a few inches. And see if you can feel like there's warmth between your hands. There's a longer practice we could do, but we're going to keep going from here. Just feel that there's right at the center of the palm, there's really an energy center, and you're just sending warmth and healing. So take that right hand and let's just rest it right below the collarbone, as I said, at the upper chest, and just breathe. Feel like you're sending warmth which with each exhale. So you're filling up with energy as you breathe in. As you exhale, you're sending warmth through your palm. Okay, and let's just rub right down that line towards the thumb. So now make a fist with your right hand, and we're just going to lightly tap right at the upper chest. Okay, you can hear the sound, but it's light. And then begin, again, the line is here, down the deltoid. There's my elbow crease, down that line that would run towards the thumb. Whoops, sorry, towards the thumb, okay? So here we are, and then just tapping down. I actually really want to come up with a different word than tapping. Um, I don't know if the guy's trademarked it, but this existed before he came up with the concept, all right? It existed. It just moves the energy. Okay, and down towards here. I think that's the thenar eminence, but I don't remember. From massage school, we learned like every muscle down to the thumb. Take your thumb and just sort of twist it like that, squeeze. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna do that again, but this time more with the palm like we did that first point. All right, and just hold and breathe. And then what you're gonna do is I'm going like this, I'm cupping, and so this part of my hand is running down this line and I'm just giving a little pressure. Okay, hope you can see. Okay, I'm going to hold my hand like this so you can see, but really it's good if your arm is just resting down on your leg. So what I'm doing is I'm giving pressure again with the base of my palm on that meridian. Okay. Now when you get down to here, you could even bend like this, go down to rest on my elbow like that when you get to the lower arm. But so we're pressing, and then, yeah, let's just rest like that. And I'm just leaning. So I don't want to use a lot of force, like I don't want to be like that. There's some of that, but try to just use your body weight. Okay? And I'm really leaning weight. And I'm pressing, let me see where you can see. And I'm pressing, leaning. Okay? And then down to the base of the thumb. And then take the thumb and I'm really pressing and rotating the thumb. And then I squeeze on either side of the fingernail, at the base of the fingernail, and then you do like a flick. So it's like I'm pulling the thumb off. Okay? What we're going to do now is use our thumbs, okay, on that same line. So first you could just take your fingers and here, rub. But now take your thumb and just press. Move an inch or two, press. And let me give you different views. Press. So I'm going down the front line of the arm towards the thumb. So it's that first line that would line up with the thumb. You can't really go wrong. Just try to feel where you feel a nice indentation, okay? Does that make sense? And if I look off to the side, I'm just looking at my screen so I can see what you guys see. So the camera's here, but the visual screen that I can see is off to the side. So yeah, you're able to see. And then when you get to like the elbow crease here, you can press in there, and then like an inch below the elbow crease, anywhere in there that you feel a nice indentation, press. And you would go slower than I'm going, right? Then you get to the forearm, and you're pressing always into the hollows. So I'll show you again by holding my arm up, but you would rest your hand down. So I'm not in the middle line, I'm here towards the thumb. And then I get to the base of the thumb. Let's hold and press that point. That can feel really good. Again, right about here. And then wiggle the thumb. And then this would be our third pass, like we did before, where we just press, we press, we press. Okay, and you would do that more slowly than I did. But again, just for the video, not to be too long, I'm shortening it. And then we would do the other side.
You could also start with tapping on the other side first if you liked it.
All right, so we would do warming this point, slung one. You could either go right in and sort of rub a little bit and then do the holding where you're just bringing warmth as you breathe, as you exhale. And then you go down, sort of squeezing. Yep, you can see well. And then I like to lean when I get to the lower arm, right? And again, you'd go about twice as slow as I'm showing down to the thumb, right? And then you would go in with the thumb pressure, which is more specific. So first think of it's like you warm and open the channel, and then you go with the thumb pressure. Okay, so do it in a way that feels comfortable for you. So I like to bring the fingers around and sort of press, yeah, then drop about an inch or two, anywhere that feels like a nice hollow, because we're treating the whole meridian. So you don't have to hit a specific point, right? Just kind of stay on this line, yeah, that you can see right here that runs to my thumb. And then again, you could treat the forearm. You're able to just lean and then squeeze on either side of the thumbnail, the base. You breathe and hold, and then you could wiggle the finger and pull, okay? So you did once pressing, once with the thumb, and then you close with just pressing again, okay? And again, take your time. With each press, I would say you could hold about like this long. So like 1, 2, 3, and then go to the next point. So it should feel soothing, okay? It should feel soothing. So again, I'm just speeding it up a little bit for the video. And then just you could just hold the thumb. All right? So that's the lung meridian we've treated. And now we're going to do triple heater. We want to sort of warm and stimulate triple heater. So triple heater, we're going to go from the ring finger, the fourth finger, and up to about the shoulder. So what I'd like to do is just rub. So now instead we were on the front of the arm, now we're on the back of the arm. Okay? Yes. So just kind of rub. In fact, you could do it like this, right? It's funny because when people like shivering, right, they're trying to warm up, they naturally do this. This naturally stimulates the triple heater meridian. But we want to bring it down to the forearm too, down to the hand. So rub the back of the hand. Sort of vigorously rub up to the neck. Sorry, not up to the neck, up to the shoulder and down the arm. I think you're just really trying to warm that up. Just warm it up. Okay, again, you can't do this wrong. All right, and I feel warmer already. Start from about the wrist here, and we're just going to do the tapping up, and then to like the tricep, a little bit towards the back of the arm, and then up the deltoid, and then up to the shoulder. So do that a couple times. You just tap, 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 up to the shoulder. Let your head go side, right? Shoulder. All right, and then you could smooth in that direction. And then I'm just squeezing my shoulder. Again, if you're starting to get sick, often there's going to be tightness in the upper back. Let me know in the comments if this happens to you. In fact, it's said in the yoga tradition, I've absolutely noticed this, if you start to feel tightness between your upper back, not your low back, but between the shoulder blades and the upper back, your body, you're starting to fight something off. And so one of the things is to kind of tap into that area. If you can reach, you could even go all the way back. So I'm tapping on either side of the spine in my upper back, okay? But I have long arms. So, and again, also squeeze the shoulder, pick up the muscle, squeeze, all right? Let's do the other side. So, and we're thinking fourth finger. So in line with the fourth finger, tap, 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 tap. Be pretty vigorous because we're really trying to stimulate it. We're trying to get it going. And the shoulder. Let your head go to the other side, right? And then again, just tap up, 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 up. Again, you don't have to be super precise. And then up to the shoulder. You could support your elbow and tap. And if you can reach with your like 3 fingers, reach and sort of dig in to off of the shoulder blades, but in the upper back and not on the spine. So on either side of the spine, just kind of get in there. Because a lot of what this is about, a lot of our immunity is tied in actually to our skin and to, you've seen sometimes where people, I think like even in old movies, they like rub a child with a towel if they're getting sick. It's this, like, it really does help to sort of get the body warming itself. And so that's what we're trying to do is like stimulate that. And back to that fourth finger, the ring finger, grab it. And let me get closer. I'm really ringing it, rubbing, rubbing, rubbing. Squeeze on either side of the base of the nail, squeeze, and then sort of just pull like you're like that, okay? We can also do a point right at the wrist crease on the back of the hand in line with the fourth finger and press that with the thumb. So we're always trying to press into a crease, into a hollow. Okay, again, this is stimulating the triple warmer meridian. Okay, let me show you on this side. So fourth finger, right? Fourth finger, and then in line with the wrist crease, and there'll be like a little hollow there. So above like the bump on the wrist, that's not where it is. It's in line with the fourth finger, and then if you bend your hand back, you'll feel a little hollow. If you'd like to learn more about this and get it customized for you, do look below. I'll have the link for this. You can book a session with me, and where we really, I recommend 3 sessions, but you'll get a routine specifically for what's happening for you, emotionally, physically. So I'm holding that spot. It's like right here, right? It is in line with the fourth finger. And then I'm gonna get that finger, twist it, rough it up. You're trying to really stimulate the energy flow. So you want to create warmth and then hold either side of the nail, squeeze. Almost to painful, but not quite. And then pull, 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 wiggle, 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 and like that. All right. So now let's just sit together. Notice how you feel. Close your eyes. And if you're super sensitive, you might actually feel, some of you might feel literally in your torso, like the lower part of your torso, middle, and all the way up to the chest, you feel a little bit more warmth, just specifically, and that's like the triple burners, it's called. So each area is supposed to have its own warmth happening and in balance. So again, if you're sensitive, you'll notice it. And just breathe and relax. And so what I recommend, if you have time, again, if you're getting sick and you really don't want it to get worse and you're willing to try this, do this, I would say at least 2 times a day, but even 3 times a day, what we just did, right? With the lung and the triple heater. And you could do the foot massage. And I think for many of you, if it's not going to be something serious, you're going to knock out that cold or flu. Okay? Because you've stimulated your own immunity enough. And also, I'm even noticing now that I've done it, I feel warmth through kind of my lung area, and I'm noticing it more in the back. Okay, again, this is related to acupuncture. Acupuncture is now, the World Health Organization, I believe is who it is, has accepted it as a form of traditional medicine, and they have done studies on the efficacy of it for very specific things. Of course, Western medicine doesn't want to fully take in all of this, but they've definitely shown the efficacy of acupuncture for certain conditions. This is related to it, where again, instead of sticking a needle, which we don't do on ourselves typically, unless you're a trained acupuncturist, we're using the thumb pressure and the palm pressure on the same energy meridians. So let me know how you feel. If you have any questions, put them below in the chat. All right. And be well. All right. Love and blessings. And again, if you'd like to, if you have very specific things going on, many stress-related illnesses, especially again, if it's not too serious yet, or if you're getting treated by your doctor and you want non-invasive, supportive ways to help heal faster and to feel better and to stabilize, also even emotional things going on, then reach out to me, book a coaching session, and I'll do my best to support you. Namaste and Ashe. Bye-bye.